My name's Dave Fowler. I'm the chairman of the board for the PSIA. And I just wanted to thank everybody for stopping by. I think we've hit that inflection point in the industry where interoperability now is not something that is coming in the future, but actually is here. And the activities that the PSIA has put in place over the last couple of years has resulted in what I think is a major step forward in our ability to bring together the key players from the industry to cooperate around establishing specifications for how technologies will be used together. But it's not only the technology specifications that are important. The most important part of what the PSIA has been working on is the idea that in a customer environment, it's about the system as a whole, not about the individual pieces. And so the technology specifications that have been released over the last 6 months not only include the specifications for how you bring together technologies like intrusion detection and access control, but they also involve things like a common metadata event model, a way that you can plug different systems in and share events across those different systems. And this is a common system infrastructure that once implemented can run across multiple technologies. And so we are beyond the point now where we're just talking about how do we get video to talk, how do we get access control to talk, how do we get intrusion detection, fire alarms, and so on. And we're now in how do we get all of these systems to play nicely together so at the end user level they're solving real security and business problems. You're going to see a demonstration here today that shows the leaders in the access control industry coming together over the last 6 months to take the specification that they've been working on and turn it into an actual demonstration. And if the activities of the PSIA alone in terms of the specifications aren't enough to impress you on how the industry is moving forward, I'd point to the recent adoption by the IEC of the video specifications of the PSIA as an international standard. So we're not only an interoperability organization now, but we've actually got specifications that are being adopted as standards for the industry. Now all of this and everything that we're going to show here is a first step in the right direction, but we're not done. We've got a long way to go in terms of turning these technologies into actual implementations in products being shipped by the vendors. And from that perspective, we've got commitments from organizations that their products are going to arrive in the marketplace in the 2012 timeframe. And those are the kinds of things that we're looking for. We also get end user organizations who are coming to us and saying, I now want to be involved in driving the direction the industry is going because this is a problem in my organization I have to solve. And I'm looking to somebody like the PSIA to help us bring these technologies together. So we got the vendors, we got the technologies, and we've got the customers all coming together. And I think we're at a tipping point now where you'll see activities like PSIAs driving forward in the industry to create a way that we can take a lot of the difficulty out of integrating these systems together and put that energy into actually creating value for the end users. And with that, let me turn it over to the organization to do the demonstration.
Thank you very much for coming in this afternoon and participating with us here today. What we've got is a collection of manufacturers who have come together to demonstrate the specifications that PSIA has developed. What we have is a number of different domains that we have been able to address with PSIA specifications, from IP video to storage and content management, storage devices themselves, analytics, intrusion systems, and access control systems. Why is this important? Well, what we want to be able to do is allow customers to choose best-of-breed products and then have those integrated in the field in a seamless manner. We want to be able to provide those products to customers and not have to do integration in the field. I think from a manufacturer's point of view, we spend far too much time trying to develop drivers for individual connection points into other people's systems. And so the real idea behind PSIA is to develop a common language within a certain domain and allow all the devices in that domain to use that common language to then plug into an overall platform. And that's what we've been able, or that's what we'll be demonstrating to you here today. To easily be able to exchange information between these systems, to allow a PSIM type application to then take the events out of one system and trigger actions down in another system, a whole different domain, in fact. To have standards around how things get discovered on the network, how compliant devices on the network connect into the overall platform. These are things that bring real value to a customer that we're able to demonstrate here today. So as a demonstration of what we're, an illustration of what we've done for an interoperability here, we have multiple IP camera manufacturers that are plugging into our PSIM application. Honeywell is providing the PSIM application here today, and HIKVISION, Vision, HIKVISION have all provided cameras. The PSIM application has one IP video driver, and all three camera manufacturers conform to that driver. We have multiple analytics engines, video analytics engines running in the demonstration today. Object Video is running a system here with a HIKVISION camera, and an IQ camera is running into the Honeywell video analytics. We have, and again, one driver is being used to interconnect these different video analytics engines. We have two access control systems here. Again, running one driver on the PSIM application. We have a software house system, access control system from Tyco. We have a UTC access control system, again, tying into the PSIM using the same driver on the PSIM host. The PSIM is then able to take these events that come in from these disparate applications or disparate systems and link them to actions on other systems. So we can start automatically triggering actions on those systems. And that is where the real value to the customer starts happening. And I'm sorry, I missed the storage content piece as well. We have a HIKVISION recording engine here, an NVR, and that's using the specification for the recording and content management to actually have that equipment come in as well. We also have an intrusion system here from DSC. The intrusion system is coming into the PSIM as well. So we have a lot of different applications going on here, and we'll be able to trigger different events on each one. Nilandra is going to take us through some of the use cases.
Ladies and gentlemen, so Andy just spoke about the different systems that are coming together. You can see all these systems listed in this slide here. This is a demonstration slide, and you can see that on this demo site, towards the left, we have a production plant, and towards the right, we have an office building. So there are different access control, intrusion, NVR cameras that the integrator has installed based on their needs. So let me switch the inputs here. The application which you are now seeing is called WinMag. It's a Honeywell PSIM application. The challenges with any PSIM applications are that you can integrate many products from different manufacturers, but you need to write a custom driver for that. And as Andy said, the advantage with PSIA is there is only one driver. So for entire demonstration, there is one single PSIA driver which is able to talk to access control, intrusion from different manufacturers. So let me start with some of the user scenarios. The first scenario is that the production plant is generally kept, the intrusion panels are kept armed during the off-shift hours, and when the shift starts and the first person swipes their card at the access control reader to get entry into the premises, we automatically disarm the intrusion panel. So we'll just give you a demonstration. So you should be able to hear the panel getting disarmed. So the panel has got disarmed, the person walks in, and you see the access granted alarm or event right here in this application. And I can go into the details I can see where the access granted event has happened. So this tells me that the access granted has happened at this particular reader. I acknowledge this event and I come back. Now the shift is coming to a close and people start leaving. And when the last person swipes their card at the out reader or the exit reader, we automatically arm the intrusion system here. We get the access granted at the exit portal and the intrusion panel has got armed. Now, another user scenario is that if somebody tries to get access into this building and the card is not recognized, we get an access denied alarm, and at the same time, we start recording using this NVR, which is from HIKVISION, on the camera that is HIKVISION that's right there. So we get the access denied event here. I click OK. Now I just want to find out who is it that is trying to gain access into the premises.
Oh, not that guy.
All right. It's not a bad guy, so I allow the person in. So I just come here, I say unlatch. And you'll have to see here,
Lights.
right. So the lights tell me that the door has got unlocked. The person can walk in and I can once again lock the door. So the door has got locked, and the next user scenario is in the administrative office. When somebody, it need not be as secure as the production plant. So anybody can get in by swiping their card at the entry reader. This is provided by UTC. And when they want to come out, we want to record a brief video using the HIKVISION camera, which is installed right there on top. And this camera is also feeding the object video analytics server. So whenever somebody tries to get access to the door, the video analytics tells us that it's time to unlock the door, and it starts recording a camera also. So if somebody can please walk there, Andy. We get a person entered area alarm, and you could hear the latch unlock for a brief interval, 5 seconds, and latch again. Can we please do it again so that we can hear the sound? And it's latched again. Here we have the Honeywell Video Analytics Server, which is doing something similar to what the Object Video Analytics Server is doing. And here we have a camera which is from IQI, which is again doing something similar to what the HIKVISION camera is doing. Now, to interact with any of these devices, we do not need multiple drivers. With the same driver, we are able to communicate with each of these devices. Over to Andy.
All right, I just wanted to spend a quick moment to discuss some of the specifications that are available within the PSIA organization. There are two pieces to the specification. We have what we call a systems group, working group within PSIA. And what the systems group does is look at the overall framework for all the different disciplines to work within. And so the systems group has defined specifications for our service model in particular, which defines how we do device discovery and how to handle the IP addressing, IP management within an overall system. Another large piece that the systems group has provided to us is the common metadata and event model. This is how we pass messages between each of the different systems, so that we are conforming to a common standard as far as message passing. And then we basically get into each of the different working groups after that point in the next set of specifications. The IP media specification is how we have our IP media devices, our video cameras talk to the rest of the system. Our reporting and content management specification is how the HIKVISION device is stored. So that defines how the data is written out to the drives and how those devices come into us. The video analytics specification talks to our overall analytics capability within the system, and it defines our ability to bring those analytics into the overall framework. Intrusion and access control are being defined by our area control specifications. And then the systems group right now is working on our common security model. So we will authenticate all of the different devices that are getting attached to a PSIA compliant system. And we'll actually have overall security for those devices so that we're sure we're getting authentic messages from an authentic source. And that specification is currently underway. Okay. I think with that, we'll turn it over to Ken Claggett from Tyco, who's going to give us a quick rundown on how the development of all this gear actually took place.
Hi, folks. Just want to also say thanks for coming because we had to schlep all the way down to the end of the hall. I think the door is outside, so appreciate you all coming. Basically, Tyco's part in this demonstration was to implement a PSIA interface to our products, the access control system from Software House and DSA's intrusion panel. And we worked fairly closely with Andy from UTC and Alondra from Honeywell to get this done. But we didn't have to work that closely. That was a good point about PSIA. The standard itself enables people to say, hey, here's what we want to do, and then we can go off and work on it and come up with either a gateway or an interface. I mean, ultimately, a lot of folks might use gateways to talk to their specific devices, manufacturers depending, or they might actually implement the interface on the device itself. If you have enough horsepower on the device, you might want to do that. And it's flexible enough to work either way. In our case, what we did was create a PSIA gateway that runs on Windows, and it talks to our PSIM, which our PSIM knows how to talk proprietarily to these two devices. And we were able to do that in a matter of 6 weeks or so, which is pretty good. And so the PSIA gateway is taking, Honeywell's PSIM is wagging the tail in our demonstration. It's taking commands from the Honeywell host and translating them into our proprietary talk to the access control panel or the intrusion panel. So, as Nalandra had explained, we'll go it over one more time, the Honeywell host sees the access control event, and he turns around and tells our PSIA gateway, hey, turn on the arm or disarm the intrusion panel, depending on what it needs to do. So he's wagging the tail, and the two systems are integrated through the Honeywell host, and he didn't have to do anything special to do that. The same logic, the same code, the same driver works the same way with, say, a UTC panel or the other devices, the cameras and so forth that are out there. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll have representatives up here and would really enjoy the chance to talk to you all about it. Thank you very much.